Hi, everybody. My name is Leslie Pyle, and I'm the founder of HireMyMom.com. And today I'm super excited to have Esther Inman with me, and she is going to tell us all the things about her course, her virtual assistant career, and even maybe some fun things about where she just came from living. So, anyway, thank you so much, Esther, for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. This is my passion, helping other moms be able to work online for real.
I know, 100%. So, tell us a little bit about you and how you got started and what led you to what you're doing now.
Sure. So I went to school to be a teacher, and like most teachers, once you get out of school, you realize they don't make any money. And in my case, there was no jobs either. So I taught for a little while abroad, actually, and then I ended up transitioning to work in corporate America in software. So I did software training and like project and product management type stuff. And I enjoyed my work. I loved being a mom, but I didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I needed to have something else to do. But my husband was active duty Marine Corps, active duty military. He did a 10-year contract, and we were together for like the last half of that contract. And when you are a military spouse, you're just on. So anytime the kid's sick, you're there. Anytime there's something that needs to happen at the house, like a handyman or something, you're there. And when you're only given 2 weeks off per year, it's just not sustainable. He was gone all the time, either deployed or he was working nights. We literally didn't see him for years, it felt like. So it was all on me. And my son was 3, and I dropped him off when the sun was coming up, and then I picked him up when the sun was going down. And I was like, this sucks. And we couldn't take any time off. We couldn't go on, it was horrible. And I remember just sitting in traffic every single day and looking around and having that moment that I think a lot of us have had of, this is not it. This is not what we're supposed to do until we just retire and die. This is the plan. This is horrible. And I just also was very depressed because I missed my son, and I didn't want to necessarily be a stay-at-home mom because I didn't want my job to be cooking and cleaning because I hate that. So anyway, I did quit my job, and I was like, I just have to figure out what I can do from home. I see people working from home. I feel like it's possible. I'm determined to figure it out. And so I applied for jobs. I got my first job off Craigslist as a virtual assistant. And pretty soon, very quickly, I would say in 2 or 3 months, I was so booked out with work. I had so many clients, I had to start turning people away. And I was making great money. I was making the same because I didn't have to send my child to daycare anymore. I was making the same as I was in my corporate job. It was crazy because $1,200 a month, that was a whole paycheck, went to childcare.
Right.
So I was making almost more than what I was making before. And I was working from the couch while my kids watching TV. It was amazing.
Yes.
We'd go to the park and I'd work on the park bench and he'd play. It was great. So I had all this work, but I had nobody to refer it to because none of my mom friends knew about what a virtual assistant was or what I was doing. And none of my military spouse friends knew either, but everybody wanted to be able to work from home and everybody wanted something flexible. So I just started mentoring some women, and that's what turned into my program. It's called 90 Day VA today. I've been running that for 7 years, or working online for 7 years, running the program for about 6. And to date, we have almost 3,000 students now that we've helped them launch their virtual assistant careers. And after my husband got out of the military, we moved to Bali and we lived there for 3 years, and we just traveled around the world as much as we wanted. And it was pretty great. And we just recently moved back to America.
Yes. I love that because that's one of the most beautiful things about working from home is you can just grab that computer and go. And we did that. Last year we had one of our kids was graduating and playing volleyball at Hawaii Pacific University. So we had to go watch her play volleyball, and we had to go, when she was graduating and things. So it was so nice because we would go for 10 to 14 days at a time, because if you're going all the way to Hawaii, you might as well stay a while because it's a long flight. Yeah. So anyway, my husband took his computer, I took mine, and we just worked from, I remember 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and we were done. Call it a day, go have fun the rest of the day. We were on different hours, and it just worked well to get up early. Of course, we're going to bed 8, 9 o'clock because we were wiped out, but it was so fun because we
didn't even have to take time off. Some people people just organize it so that they don't have to work that time. That's an option too. But
Mm.
I like money. You probably like money. And I never wanted to take time off either. So I would do exactly that. I would take my laptop and I would homeschool my son sometimes when we were traveling too. He was enrolled in like an international school in Bali, but they loved when we traveled. They said, great, go have a great cultural experience. Here's some work to do if you guys have some time while you're gone, which in America is like unheard of.
Right.
And we would go, and in the morning, I would do a little bit of work. He'd do some schoolwork next to me, 10 a.m. We'd go for the day and go do some fun stuff. And it was awesome. We went to Australia, we went to Malaysia, we went to Thailand, we went to Singapore, like all over. It was incredible.
Yes, that's so amazing. I love that. And that's just one of the many things when you have your own business or you work from home that you can make work. So
Exactly.
that's great. So you said how you got started. So why is working as a virtual assistant such a great fit for moms?
So one of the biggest questions I get specifically from moms is this flexible? Because a lot of the work from home jobs that you might see that look great, like working for the Amazons, working for the Hiltons, is you better have your butt in this desk from 9 to 5. That's
Right.
it. You are tracking your hours. You might probably are still hourly. You have a lunch break. You are on the computer. A lot of times they have tracking software to
Mhm.
see that you're actually on there and what you're doing.
Right.
And that's fine for a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with those types of jobs. But for moms, as we know, especially if you want your kids to be home, even just part of the time,
Mhm.
that's not realistic. Like someone just, tore their shirt up and threw it in the toilet, and another one over there is bleeding and everybody's hungry. And you can't just be like, well, I got to sit here until noon. No. So that's the great thing about being a virtual assistant. You can pick up work and it's consistent work. So this isn't like project based or kind of sometimes I'll have money. No, this is regular business owners that hire you and you become an integral part of their business. So it could be 5 hours a week. Maybe that's all you want to do. You want to work 5 hours a week for $30 an hour. I have a single mom student. She over the 3 days when her daughter is with the dad. And then the rest of the time she has off and just stays home with her daughter who's 4. And she's like, I'll work a little bit more maybe when she goes to preschool and kindergarten. But for now, this is great. And she makes enough money. That's all she needs.
That's
So
great.
it really is flexible about how many hours you want to work. Then the
Mhm.
other piece of the flexibility is that 75% of the jobs, they don't have those set hours where you have to sit here. It's very flexible. It's, hey, I need you to post on my social media 3
Mhm.
times a week and have it be around this time. As
Yeah.
long as you just do it by that time and get it done, they don't care if you're working at midnight and then scheduling the post to go live on the Tuesday at 9, like they said. They don't care. They don't care when you do the work. You can do it in the middle of the night. You can do it like my student. She does it, works on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's it. The rest of the week, she just kind of responds here and there. But that is the great part about it, is the flexibility is, I think, the best thing, and that it pays really well. I mean, the minimum starting is 15 to 20 US dollars per hour minimum. So to me, that's really good for something you don't need a college degree for and you don't need years of experience for.
Yes, I agree 100%. I started working from home 25 years ago now for that same exact reason because I have a 25-year-old and I had just finished my graduate degree and I thought I was going to be Miss Corporate America climbing that ladder. But
Mm-hmm.
when they put that baby on my belly, something went in my mom genes just went on overload. I went back to work for 2 weeks and I cried every single day at my desk. And so that's what started me on my journey is I wanted freedom and I wanted flexibility. So
Yes.
way
And I
back
think
then,
that a lot of women are like that, and they don't necessarily want the only other choice to be as being a stay-at-home mom. Like,
mhm,
I love that women now, we don't have to just choose between those two things.
that's
You
right.
can be home with your kids and still do something that you're passionate about, that stimulates you. Like, it's okay if you don't like to do chores and cook all the time. I hate it. I hire people to do that for me.
Yeah.
I would rather work and make money while I'm sitting on my couch with my kid so that I can pay to have a cleaner.
Yes. I'm right
So
there with
it's
you.
okay if you don't fit into one of those molds. You can make
Right.
your own freedom lifestyle, like you said.
Exactly. And there's no right or wrong answer. If you love to cook and clean and you also love
Yep,
being a VA,
yep,
then do it all.
do
But
it.
like you said, pick and choose what you enjoy doing if you can and make
Yes.
it work. So I love that. Um, let's see. So tell us about your course and what it offers
Yeah.
and what you can teach these ladies that might want to get started.
Yeah, so 90 Day VA is really the only program out there that actually teaches you online work skills and how to find the jobs. And it includes a job board where we actually source jobs for our students, and we have our own hire form and people come in, kind of like your hire my mom thing. So we have these 3 pillars. And the reason is because there's lots of things out there that are like, oh, I'll help you find clients and use skills to be a VA. But then it's like, well, I don't have skills to be a VA. I don't know how to write blog posts. I don't know how to edit a podcast. I don't know how to do social media posts. I don't know how to make a complete social media package for somebody. I don't know how to do email things in MailChimp, or I don't know how to use a project management system. Like, those are actual skills that VAs are expected to have. There's no college degree in being a virtual assistant. So I just started teaching those kinds of skills to that little group of women that I was talking about before. Yeah. And it was so life-changing for them that they said, you have to do this for more women, Esther. It helped us so much. So I've just continued to enhance the curriculum. We refresh the curriculum whenever we need to. And it really teaches you all the top requested skills that virtual assistants get asked for. Mm-hmm. And then anytime we hear something new come in, we add it in there. So we do stuff like how to do Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram stories, how to write email newsletters and work within the email, 2 of the most popular email systems. Mm-hmm. Same thing for project management, how to do some project management of yourself and in the systems that your business owners are most using. And then just how to get yourself set up professionally online, yes. Podcast and video editing, and how to make all the assets to go along with like a YouTube video or podcast episode and how to post them. Like, this is the stuff that people hire VAs for. Those are the job postings that we have coming in for our students. And so that's why we teach it. Mm-hmm. By the time you're done, you have an entire portfolio that we help you make, that we know is everything somebody's looking for. So when you apply for jobs, they're blown away because you have everything that's amazing that they want to hire you. Yeah. We have such great testimonials of people who hire our students. They are blown away by the people that are applying for the jobs because you're so well qualified and you really know what you're doing. And that is like a diamond in the rough in the virtual work industry. So that's what 90-Day VA is. And if you do 3 to 5 hours per week, flex time, it's up to you. You can do more one week, less another week. You can be done in the 90 days. That's why it's called that.
Yes. That's awesome. It sounds like somebody be very well-rounded too for what small businesses are looking for, because those are very similar to the job posts we get, and I'd say the most popular job post we have is virtual assistant. We also get like social media, but really it's kind of a virtual assistant that works in social media. I mean, there's so many different titles.
A lot of crossover.
Yeah, but we are geared towards small businesses. So what you said, all of those skills are a lot of what we see in our job post.
Exactly. So you guys know.
Yes.
And there's not a lot out there that's teaching that in a holistic, succinct way of how to put those packages together, how to do it step by step, actually showing you. A lot of times it's like, I'll help you find the clients, but if you need to learn that, you're going to have to go buy another course. Right. You're going to have to go look it up on YouTube. You're going to have to go to this. And that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted you to have all the skills and get a job. Like, that is what our goal is.
Yes, that's the goal. Get trained and then get a job, not just get trained.
Yes.
Okay, so how much is your program, and are there payment options?
Yeah, so you can pay it upfront for $497. We do have a little bit of a military discount as well. And we have 2 payment plans. One is $197 per month for 3 months. And then the other one is new. It's $65, I think, per month for 12 months. So we've tried to make it really, really accessible for everybody who wants to get going. And the $65 per month is not a subscription so that you can just cancel after 4 months and decide, I don't want to do this anymore. It's an actual payment plan for a thing you bought. It's like buying a car.
Right. So, yeah, that's great. So it gives people options that may not have the money to invest at first, but you can get started and then start making money and then pay it off. I'm guessing they could pay it off early if they wanted to.
Yes. If you want to pay, if you're like most of our students, you're getting work in the second month and you're like, cool, I can pay this whole thing off. You just email us and let us know and we send you an invoice and then you're done.
Yes, that's great. That's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Esther. I'm going to put links to your website, your course and everything. I'll put your social media. So if anybody wants to follow and learn more about you, stalk you a little bit before they purchase, we all like to get to know it a little bit.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you wanted to mention? Or did we cover it all?
I always just like to end with giving a flicker of hope. If you're listening or watching and you are feeling like you're hitting a dead end and you're frustrated and you're overwhelmed and you don't see a way out, I want you to know that I have hope for you, because I have been in that exact same situation. Mm-hmm. I get messages every day from people that are in that exact same situation too.
Mhm.
And you have to know that there is something on the other side of that. You just have to keep taking the steps to get there. And it's going to be really scary doing
Mhm.
something new. Your brain is freaking out. It's like, what are we doing? This is scary. But if
Yeah.
you just keep taking steps, even if you don't know what the final destination is going to look like, then you will grow leaps and bounds. So if virtual assisting is scary, but it seems like it could help you get towards your goal, and I really encourage you to just keep taking that next step. Like, go stalk me a little bit on Instagram. Okay, now go look at the course a little bit. Okay, now think about it. Like, just keep taking those steps, even if it feels overwhelming and scary, and even if it feels like I'm never going to get out of this situation. This is hopeless. There's nothing for me. There is something for you. There is a more freedom-based way to live your life, and you can totally do this.
Yes. And I'm testimony for that for 25 years. I used to think that once my kids, because I had a newborn at the time, I used to think, okay, once they get in school, I'll go back to that big, lofty career.
Mm-hmm.
No way. I was like,
Yeah.
I love my freedom and flexibility so much that here I am now. That 25-year-old now works for me and has a baby. And my son just graduated college, and I've got an eighth grader. So I'm like, I never want to give up this freedom and
Never want to go
flexibility.
back.
Love it.
Yeah. And also, like, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought, but it was important. I never want to go back. Corporate. Oh, and also people don't talk about this. Like, you can make a lot of money working from home and working online. Like, people in corporate America think, well, this is the secure and most financially best way. It's a lie. It's not true. Don't listen to them.
That's right. Like you said, there's, people are making really good money just working a few hours a week, and it depends on your own needs and your own wants and your own
Exactly.
goals. So
Yeah.
sky's the limit.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Esther. This has been really fun getting to know you and learning about your course.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to chatting with some of you.